Right guys, I'm just making a quick video because I've been reading a lot lately about people, a little bit of criticism to do with the Digitakt, and people saying that they don't like that it's mono and stuff like that. Obviously first and foremost it's a sampler and it is a brilliant device, but it's got hidden gems. I've done another video about the oscillator section, and what I'm going to show you today is what you can do a little bit with that oscillator section to mix things up a little bit. All I've done at the moment is I've loaded up a sawtooth oscillator and I've put it on track 1. Obviously you've got to remember when you load up your oscillators, if it's on forward like this, which is standard, you'll just get a click, and that's because it's only cycling through that waveform once. So what you want is forward loop. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy, so track 1, I'm going to copy the sound, paste to track 2, paste to track 3 and paste to track 4. So each one of them now will be exactly the same, that sawtooth. And all I'm going to show you is how to, you can get sort of like super saws, which is brilliant. And what I've done is, already before I made this video, I've tuned it down an octave. That's why we've got a nice deep saw. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the second track, and all we're going to do is detune that. So we're at -12, we'll go to -11.85, and on the third one maybe 12.19, fourth one about there. So now you can hear the detune and it sounds really big. Now you could go on forever, you could do, I'll show you now as an example, you could do all the tracks. So we'll do 5, 6, 7 and 8. Head over to 5, move that a little bit, go a little bit more, head over to 6, again a bit more, 7, change it around, don't go too far, and then we should have a massive super saw. So that's now sounding absolutely monstrously huge. And then to change it up a little bit, we'll go over to track, in fact we'll leave track 1 where it is, go over to track 2 and pan that right by 5, track 3 left by 5, track 4 right by 8, track 5 left by 8, track 6 we'll go about 10 maybe, track 7 left 10, and then we'll leave the last one, number 1 and number 8 in the center, and now that will give you a little bit more stereo width. So obviously it sounds humongous. Now what I'm going to do, obviously you'll go, well, you've used your 8 tracks, what else can you do? But obviously that's where the internal sampling comes in. So you're going to head over to this here, and you're just going to change this by turning G to let's have a look, main L and R. Now what we're going to do is we're going to function and yes. what we've got here is a sample of our super saw. I'm going to trim it. About there. Yes, trim, save. We'll call it saw saw super, we'll call it. So that's saved now. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new project as if we were starting from scratch. So we've got our, I'm going to head over to one, source, then we'll go to our recorded, find it, saw super. Now that's just one track. So obviously we could filter this, we could add reverb to it. What I'm actually going to do is add a little bit of distortion, analog overdrive. So we'll have a look at that now. Set the Digitakt to receive the internal and drive down. And we can filter this now. Bit of resonance. And we could add some reverb. Just through doing that, you've got a completely different sound, something massive, which naturally the Digitakt shouldn't be able to do. Add some reverb. Yeah, you could add an LFO on the filter frequency. Obviously that sounds massive, and like I said, just through sampling it, you've got all your other tracks. Now to add, you can add a bit of overdrive even on the Digitakt, which is lovely. You can take the amp down, turn it into a stab. Take the filter down. We'll take that LFO off. Give it a bit of envelope, short, snappy. So Digitakt to sound that big through standard oscillators. It's worth the mess around. That sounds huge, you know. Obviously, I haven't sculpted it properly, so you know it probably needs work, but you get the gist, and there's loads of oscillators there to play with. So yeah, do it. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you very much.